I hate Canadians so much. Oh my god.
Same.
Thank God Trump won.
It's a shame because he doesn't want to start new wars. I think there's, our neighbor to the north really
It's true.
needs to be corrected.
The fuck?
War?
We need to kill every Canadian there is.
Start with the Quebecois.
No, we just
Okay,
killing all the snow
I
Mexicans.
support that.
All right. Did you guys level up?
Was I supposed? Did I level up? I don't think I leveled.
No,
It
just two.
was
It was
Rowandahl
me,
and
I
Isolta.
forgot.
And one of you has 2 character sheets you need to update.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping Rowan updated. I literally gave him a list of what he had to do.
Did Morgan yap your ear off about how to level up?
Yes.
Did you forget?
Yes.
Always prepared. The perfect table game. There's one thing I had to open.
Oh, copy and paste it.
Well, that could be important.
I already did the HP thing, but the feats I still don't know.
Yes, you've done HP. Have you done your expertise?
Yes, I think we already added those.
Right, yeah. Did you do your subclass feat?
Oh yeah, that's a.
Did you do any spell related stuff? I know I updated your slots for you. You have a weapon proficiency plus 1 spell repertoire.
Let's see, where
Yeah.
is my bard sheet? Bard.
I think he was going for like what is it?
Y'all's proficiencies. Then you are a copycat.
Yes.
Yep, copy.
I think Viceroy was his original idea.
3rd, 6th, 9th, and 14.
Wait, do I get anything at level 2?
As a fighter?
I think so. I think fighter's supposed to get one thing.
No, as a barbarian.
As a barb, you should be getting something at 3rd.
It's just primary.
You get a flexible feat.
Again?
Yeah, barbarians get to choose flexible at 3, 6, 9.
That's the case for most classes.
Yeah, cleric is unusual since I think they get it for like the first 4 levels.
Yeah, clerics start hard.
Sorry, the first 5. Which is funny because that means after 5 levels, clerics don't have any subclass feats to get.
Yep, I am gonna be picking Viceroy.
You know, it's funny, I looked at Longforms like, wow, there's not really any spells that you can use to really break this.
Look at what?
At Long War. No concentration and it gets 10 times the duration.
Oh yeah, there's no way you can break that.
Yeah, I actually was looking at spells that you could do to break it. I was like, damn, there's actually none.
It's could totally break shit with that, homie.
Oh, I mean like permanent buff, essentially.
Sure. I guess, if you want to look at it that way. All right. I imagine you guys need some time to level up, or can we go into it?
Oh no.
You are a robot.
Am I?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
It's funny, Hyde, there was actually one really strong spell, Meld into Stone, 80-hour duration.
I mean, sure, but that's also like you don't see anything outside that meld, so it's kind of
Yeah, it's
not
funny.
broken.
It's funny, though.
How do I roll for HP?
Your hit dice size, and then you add your Constitution bonus. So for Barbarian, it's D12, or you can just take the average.
Which is 6.
Should be 7.
Yeah, you round up for that one, and then tack your con onto it. I shouldn't be roboting.
You're not anymore.
All right, good. Oh. Look at the OBS and it says a bajillion dropped frames. But last time OBS said that, the video was fine. OBS is silly.
I was trying to figure out, though, with a creeping shadow. So, the cleric has its 2 light ones. Creatures attacking within it suffer -1 to hit, but creatures attacking you beyond have a +1. And then darkness is creatures attacking you from within suffer a +1, and attacking you from beyond have a -1 bonus.
Yeah, because I copy and pasted those rules. I just didn't. What's the word? I didn't do very good at
Edit?
editing. Yeah, I really need to find a person who can understand my autism and help
It's
me.
called ChatGPT.
No robots. I don't know why everyone's like, yo, dude, I just type it into ChatGPT and it tells me all these things. You know how often that shit gets hallucinated by the fucking robot? Add some add some glue. Add some non-toxic glue to your macaroni and cheese to make it gooey.
Yeah, so remember how with the Sithlings, the lion came back? Despite feeding it the document, ChatGPT said, no, it was Sith who came back. And I was like, Sith didn't send Sith out. And Sith didn't come back, which surprised Sith.
Where'd you read that?
So in the Omniscient lore, it was about Sith and
Oh, yeah, that
a thousand
was-
of the Sithlings. And then I was laughing because ChatGPT completely mangled the lion, essentially avenging the wyvern.
Yeah,
It was like, it was Sith.
I don't use
Sith did it.
I use AI to make pictures.
I use AI to make giant butt cheeks.
Exactly.
To be fair, AI is fun if you want to see some really fucking broken spells. How about a cantrip that gives you temp HP based on your mod?
Jesus, that's a huge HP jump.
It was like, because I was asking about like different blade cantrips, and it's like, yeah, here's one. When you hit them with it, you get temp HP until the end of your next turn based on your mod.
So funny, I have that.
That is a thing. It's also a thing for monks of the Emperor.
It was just funny seeing it on a cantrip, and then I think there was one that was essentially like it gives you +2 AC. I was like, nope.
And
Alright.
mine is not even a cantrip, it's a passive.
No,
Oh,
I'm just
Lord.
saying, the cleric is taking the brutish fighting style Just for you. Getting the fun one.
Don't worry about it. You know, one day cantrips will all just be a thing of the past.
Why do you hate cantrips so much, Pompey? They're kind of cool.
They are, but then you realize that it's just a font of infinite power.
I mean, look at this cantrip list. This is a pretty interesting one.
What we have here.
Why do you hate Power
Call
Poppy?
upon faith, spare the dying, mending, thorn whip, silencing brand, green flame, and chill touch. Yeah,
The Warn Whip is pretty fun.
thorn whip
Those
is
are
pretty fun.
That's actually a fun spell set for the offensive cantrips.
I just think that cantrips let casters be too useful beyond their spell slots. That's my opinion.
I understand now. Poppy just hates mages.
So, Hive, here's what you do. Look at how Pathfinder 2e handled cantrips. They're still a thing, but they reduce the power of cantrips.
Yeah, but they reduce the power to the point that they're kind of useless.
No,
Kinda
they're
like-
still pretty good.
I'm pretty sure they don't scale, right?
They do.
Isn't that the whole point? That the whole point, the whole reason why cantrips are powerful in 5th edition is because they scale with your level, and they
Yeah,
don't scale with your
scale-
caster level. They scale with your level.
So for example, there's one called Electric Arc. Each target takes 2d4 electricity damage with a reflex save, a dex save. 1d4 whenever you get a spell level.
Whenever you get a spell level,
Yeah.
I mean, that still scales. That's just regular scaling, but it's faster.
Then they have
5th edition scales at 5, 5, 11, 16. But then every time you get a spell, every time your spell slots go up, that's every odd level. So you scale
and
faster.
then essentially cantrips are like 2d4 damage and they scale by 1d4 instead of scaling by 1d10 plus mod and all that stuff.
Sure, but most classes don't even get to add their mod to their damage.
I think Warlock is probably the most
Warlock
absurd
is-
with it.
Warlock is the only one, and they only get it. No, not the only one. Warlock is the main one, and they get it on a singular cantrip, which usually just becomes their character regardless. And I think Evocation Wizards get one.
Evocation wizards get it. Clerics get it.
Clerics don't get it.
Yeah, they
unless
do.
the specific thing, isn't it? You can't add bonus damage to Toll the Dead.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
Divine Strike.
Divine Strike's not a cantrip.
Divine Strike. Your version, yes, you can add it to it. The original version is you either get the D8 on a hit or you get to add your wisdom to cantrip.
Was it?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
That was like one of the main ways you could tell if it was meant to be like a martial cleric or a caster cleric.
So a lot of my clerics should have been a lot stronger than they were in my Realm Watcher games.
Yeah, like gift of the warrior, D8, and D2, then 1. When you deal damage with cantrip, you gain your wisdom mod.
Well, I mean, it's been ages since I've wrote that shit. Who knows what's gonna happen? Anyways,
Yeah, I'm expecting the gift of the shut the fuck up, stop asking questions.
yeah, you need to be hit with that gift hard. Anyways, how are we doing today, guys? You remember what happened last week? Because I sure do. 'Cause I
Torture.
finished this VOD. Last week,
Yeah.
Rowendal went and took a look at the mess he made. There is a crowd gathered in the market square, trying to figure out where all this blood came from. Whispers all over town about this strange happening. To be racially sensitive, I'll just call them elven whispers.
Knife-eared fucks.
In back home, with Isolta. I believe Isolta was doing some experimentations on potions, going through the notes of one Hui Ru, and trying to figure out how to make, or at least trying to figure out how they affect the person that takes the potions, these drugs, this berserker drug that is kind of the hot topic amongst wealthy white vine teenagers, I suppose, all trying to make their start in the world. Isolta made a handful of them. Isolta also made an attempt at Rue's potion, her personal potion, and decided, you know what, let's feed them all to Roandal. There's also another potion that Isolta made, a hypnotizing potion of some sort that allows, what was it? It allowed the person to be susceptible to suggestion. And then Syl made a pact with the spirit dragon, with the caveat that they cannot use their power to kill. I do believe that is where we left off last time, before somebody had to go sit upon their royal throne.
Too much vodka.
Well, what are we doing today, guys?
More torture.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Bonding over a little torture session with the homies.
You know,
The
maybe we
victims
can
are
test if
homies.
so hear me out. Maybe we can test if, since Rowan could reattach his limbs, what if we test if he can reattach his limbs to the wrong spots?
Oh no.
We can test if Rowan truly is a dickhead or not.
I think if you attach a right arm to where a left arm is supposed to be, that'd work. I don't think you gotta reattach. You know what? You probably could attach a leg to where an arm was. Alright. Syl, while your talisman gets tapped by the finger of the spirit dragon that you have just made a pact with, you can sense that the anima now, I wouldn't say resides within the talisman, but the talisman now has a pool of anima following it that you now have access to as a properly full-fledged ranger. Meanwhile, what happened with Rowan? We'll skip ahead to the last time you took a potion. I believe you are no longer poisoned. Your healing has kicked in again, and you guys are all here in Isolta's lab. Minus the one person who's not a crazy person, I suppose. Somehow.
On today's game of how long until Rowan gets poisoned?
Today's episode.
5 seconds.
Well, what are you guys up to? One of you sits at home in your hotel studying. The others are seeing how far they could bend their toy backwards until it breaks.
The toy likes it.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I sent you this little list of ingredients, right, Harmu? About of the various
Yes.
potions? Alright. Well,
Carmen, I don't think that's the order you had to do those in.
It's fine.
what is
I
let's
think
see.
I think
what
you
are
read
these
the
ones?
quest rewards wrong.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Trying to find the rolls over here. 4 potions, 5, 9, 8, 12. I can mark them off this sheet here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. Alright, so you've made the random Berserker Blood potions with Moon Moth hair, saltpeter and bat guano, and dried Mana gland, and Aldean milkweed. And then you made 2 potions of ruse, correct? Plus one of the hypnotic suggestion potions, which I believe you fed that to Rowan, and I believe you...
No,
No?
I didn't feed the hypnotic one. I fed um one of Ruse potions and
Mhm.
another one.
Okay. And one of them caused the necrotic poison, and I think one of those potions caused him to reel over in pain regardless, and the other one caused him to hulk out a bit and then reel over in pain. Well, there's not much else I can do, as you guys are all isolated yourselves into your various places. What are you guys doing? Somebody take it away.
I'm still on the ground, tied up.
You know, I was thinking about going to go see what everyone else is doing, but I've decided against that. Also, I need to log into roll 20.
Sir, this is Foundry.
Yeah, that application though, the one, the D&D button.
Sir, please hit the D&D button.
Sir?
Sar? Sar,
I'm
please
tired of
roleplay.
this. I'm tired of the SARS. My fucking manager keeps dodging me. I'm so fucking pissed.
Now for the symbol of Sith.
The hardest thing I had to deal with is asking a business manager to get into contact with a client to let me into their fucking bank account. That is the worst part
It's
of my
like
job.
I've been at my company for what's it called 2 years now, so I was gonna ask for a raise, but they keep dodging.
What do you think, Hype? It's a cat with a spear.
That's technically what the symbol of Sith is, a cat with a spear. Alright.
And it says, oh, whoa, above it.
I rolled a d4. Salta. You're 2 on the Discord. After me.
Okay.
That doesn't count. Raph.
Yeah.
What is Raph up to as he's sitting around doing some studying?
He briefly thought about trying to figure out where everyone is, and then realized he probably you know, if they needed him, they would have came and got him. Gonna like work on the big scroll some more.
All right. Want to roll for it?
Yeah. Let me just double check my Arcana score. It should be.
I have
Jeez.
picked my feats.
Is that with your spellcrafting bonus attached?
Should be altogether. That's like what? I'm proficient rank 1, so that's like +8, and then I mean it'd add like 2 more points to the score if I use spellcrafting. Spellcrafting's +2, right?
It should be +4. Because technically it's a proficiency. You're adding the
So I get
proficient bonus.
I get +12 to the roll, or +16.
Okay, then you pass.
Pog.
And you're doing the
The big
Amos?
scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get to studying the big scroll, the fancy one. And you're going through it, and you're trying to make heads or tails of these symbols. And thankfully you have the wherewithal to remember that you actually, you're smarter than this. You have an extra bonus to attach to this god-awful roll of yours. As you study the symbols next to the last segment of passage that you are studying, a few more of those symbols become a bit more clear in your mind. They read, "of mortal kind." I will DM you all the info you have now. So when you read that passage again, you feel the meaning sear into your head. Phase life force bound by arcane within oneself to return to the origin of mortal kind. You feel that there is
What the fuck?
one more chunk of symbols that you need to understand in this little passage here.
Doing the big things.
Okay. Isolta,
What's up?
what are you doing? Are you done experimenting on Rowendal for the day?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to do.
Supposed to do in terms of...
In general.
I tell Isolta that I have that potion. Please check it, and my stuff, and yeah, his reeling over on the ground is like.
And I'm gonna kick Rowendal in the ribs. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna check the potion he gave me. Can I make anything out of it, or it's just like a potion?
Do I have an alchemy proficiency?
I don't have one.
Do you
I don't know
have
if you have
proficiency in alchemist tools?
No.
I mean, if you have the character points for it.
That is true. From
I
what you can
actually have-
gather... Go ahead.
I actually have a lot of character points, so
Well,
I could get it. Yeah, I'm gonna get a proficiency with alchemist tools.
alright. Now, are you... That's a good question. Are you sharing the feats that you acquire on one class with the other class?
Yeah, I think they are general knowledge, right?
Yes.
Or what do you mean?
Well, it's like when you're on one phase of your character, does all that knowledge carry over to the other character? It should mechanically, I suppose. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Because it'd be weird if you're like, oh, I know medicine, and then you change class. Like, now I'm a
No,
mason.
my proficiencies stay the same. The only thing that changes is my wisdom.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, from a cursory glance, you can tell that this is some sort of pinkish liquid. There's only I want to say a teaspoon, maybe total left in this vial. You'd have to do a little more investigation yourself. And generally, the way people investigate potions is to taste them.
Alright, I'm gonna do some investigation then.
All right. How you going about it? Are you gonna taste it?
Yeah.
Okay. You taste the potion. The little teaspoon of whatever's left in this. How much did I say was in here before? 4?
Yes.
Originally 4 ounces of liquid, I guess. Now 8 ounces. As I pick up my can of soda that says 12 fluid ounces, I think 8 ounces is proper.
Okay, what type of soda? Super important question.
Vanilla
Dr.
Coke.
Perky.
Fucking bottom tier, dude.
What's bottom tier?
Is that a Canadian
Liquid.
talking about soda or like anything that Americans are drinking? Surely not.
Cherry and spiced are both better.
Okay. Syl, you just got level drained. You're back to level 1.
What's the XP at?
I think when you get your level sucked out of you in second
Okay, but
edition.
this is being done through divine means, so it can be whatever.
Yeah, but I think it's cooler if we just go with some established rules. I think in second edition, when you get your level sucked out of you, you end up being halfway to your next level.
You don't let me open up the other character sheet.
It means you lose everything that you've gotten in the last 20 sessions.
Don't forget to throw in, a few stat downs.
No. I think just the level drain's fine. As the angry wraith known as the DM comes and says, "Fuck you, my soda choice is the best."
Hey, at least it's not Pepsi.
True. Though if you're old enough to remember the original blue Pepsi, that was a good soda.
Well,
Right.
not all of us can be 80 like you.
All right. Did I say Syl was level drained? I meant Syl's dead. Syl is the Doth cleric you've been
Fine.
working on in the background.
Okay, let's roll in the meantime.
Crackhead Harry Potter also just suffers from a meth binder heart attack after the
That is
Silk
the
Road.
worst roll I think we've ever had.
After the Silk Road, just keels over.
Dude, I rolled a 61.
What were we talking about before I was so rudely interrupted?
You were saying how many
8 ounces.
fluid ounces of the potion?
Yes, the vial would hold 8 ounces of this liquid. Now there's only a teaspoon left, and it's mostly just the residue off the vial itself. You taste it. It has a hint of sweetness to it, but then it quickly sets in to be a bit acrid isn't the proper term. More spicy. I'll just say spicy. And you also get this feel, this intense rush of anger. And you can feel your ears sort of heat up. You can feel the back of your throat heat up. You feel like in an instant, as you hold this vial, that if you're not careful, you might crush it in your hands. And you are human, correct? Give me a
Yes.
D12 and then make a Constitution check. As you feel that burning sensation start to rush into your eyes, you feel a cough coming up. It's a weak one. It feels like it was going to be a sort of hacking and heaving moment for a second there. But then you feel a little weak, but you're generally fine. Anyone paying attention to Isolta will notice that there is some blood coming out of her mouth. Not a lot. She takes 3 points of damage.
What color was the potion?
Pinkish.
It made Rowan Hulk out, but seems like it's just making you drool.
Uh, oh no.
Has Isolta ever tasted the rose water?
Yes.
There's definitely rose water in this potion.
Okay.
That's as far as you can gather. You do feel that there is... Hold on a second.
I'm holding.
Keep holding. You do feel that there is some wolfsbane in here. I think that's it. I think that's all you can gather from this taste. You have the general idea of what it does, which is, well, from what they've told you and from what you've tasted, you feel like this is an attempt at one of those Berserker Bloods potions. All you really know is that there's potentially wolfsbane and rosewater. Is wolfsbane what I'm looking for? I'm trying to think of if that's the right poisonous plant.
It is poisonous.
I'm trying to think if it's another purple flower that I'm thinking of.
Nightshade?
No, not nightshade. Yeah, I'll just say wolfsbane. That fits. That fits with other in-world things that I've done before too. There you go. Rosewater and wolfsbane. Those are at least two of the active ingredients you could surmise are in this. And the effects are almost immediate on you with how potentially lethal this potion is. But make me a history check.
History. Okay.
You think about it. Maybe it's just one of those kind of failures, you know. You know that these potions are always potentially lethal to whoever uses them. And the one that you just tasted might just be on the very lethal spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right.
What do you guys do?
Can I try and taste it again? See if there's anything else in there.
Sure.
Do I roll again?
You do the same thing. Just take a quick look of it, or dip your pinky, lick that, whatever, however you're
Yeah.
going about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead and do another D12. Roll me another Constitution check. All right. Once again, you get that same feeling wells through you. And this time you cough up some more blood. Not as much as last time, but still almost as much as you take 2 points of damage.
Is Isolta doing this right in front of me?
Yes.
How much damage did I take last time?
3. So you've taken a total of 5.
So can I use my body again? Am I able to like move?
Roll me a Constitution check.
You can use your right leg and your left arm.
Yeah, you feel like you have the ability to move again. You're no longer crippled too much. You're still very crippled. You're just not. You could just move slowly.
I'm gonna just well, I can't really stand up yet, huh?
Not really.
Gonna just inchworm my way over there and like meet as I watch Isolta suffer.
Isolta, give me a nature or intelligence check.
All right.
And then roll me another. Then roll me a. After that, roll a. Alchemy check, I guess. Which will just be half your intelligence plus 4.
Okay. Right. What was it again? The first one?
Nature or intelligence?
Okay, that's intelligence, and then that's alchemy.
Very nice. There is a thing that tastes familiar to you. Maybe once upon a time, you had a particular meal that was garnished with a flower that is not common to the region. It is something that you would find further down in Foro, near Suf and Kuri. It
Okay.
was. You don't know the name of the flower, you just remember that it was at a sort of banquet. It was. You do remember the flower's look, though. It was yellow, it had 5 petals, and I don't know what you call the middle of the flower. The stamen, I suppose, was brown and had little, like, green fronds sticking out of it. The flower itself is usually about the size of like a quarter or maybe a $50.
Okay.
And then, with your alchemical knowledge, you know that there is a particular binding agent in this that is, I wouldn't say common, but is more on the expensive side of things that you could easily purchase.
Okay. What is it?
I don't know, some alchemy binding agent. Just common and expensive.
Okay, so no name.
No name. So you wanna go? Unless you want me to go break out the Witcher alchemy proteins or whatever they're called.
All right. Yeah, no, that's it, I guess. I will note down what I found, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go away. Like, I think I should do something with the. I don't remember what I was asked to do with the guy.
Which guy? Evans?
Yeah.
You brought him here? That's
Mhm.
all you need to do, really.
No, but when I talked to my brother, did something else was ordered or something?
With Evans?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they were gonna handle his interrogation.
Oh, okay. Then go ahead and get some information on the other dude,
What other dude?
the one that Evans was working with.
At Ketteran's port.
The other son of Nagata? Not Nagata.
No, the one from here.
Oh, his contact in
Yeah,
the White Vine.
yeah.
Right. What were we calling him? It was... What did you guys believe his name to be?
I don't remember.
Is it... Jinyu? Something you?
Something like that, yeah.
Right. So, how are you going about that?
Oh no, I will ask one of the twins about him, I guess.
Okay. You go looking for either Yunjin or An. See, the first one you run into... you run into An. As you pass through one of the main rooms and towards the back door. She's usually at the shed out back. She greets you. Yes, young master. Is there anything you wish to ask of me?
Yes. Is there? Do we have any information on Jinwoo or whoever it was from the Wu family?
Jinwoo. I'm not familiar with that name. Who did you get this name from?
The prisoner.
I figure he is not too keen on how to pronounce our words.
I'm guessing so.
As I'm trying to remember what I've already given you before. Probably like 2 months ago before I gave you all these names. It is possible that he meant to say Jun Yu. He is eldest son of one of the families here, the Jin family. I'm sure you're familiar with them, or at least know of them. As far as we know, his engagement in all this could relate to the fact that he was once rebuffed by the Hui family in marrying Ru.
Okay.
Though I don't know what his involvement could be, or if he really has any. If that is the name that your R prisoner has given you, he might be someone to look into.
So, what I think his involvement is the reason why Ru had to take well, didn't have her usual bodyguard with her was because she was called somewhere else. But the timing of it all is what's weird. So I think someone that knew about this was involved, and that is the name he gave me. So
It is, well, I wouldn't say it is possible. It is definitely something that is happening within our ranks. Although Jun Yu is a careful type, I would be surprised if he had direct contact with this individual. Though he is a prideful person, and I wouldn't put it beyond him to get himself involved. Are you familiar exactly with Jun Yu and his inner circle?
no.
Do you know that the Jun family often engages in foreign affairs through intermediaries at times? Usually the kinds of acts that you would want to keep separated from your own family. Like, say, attacking trade caravans, raiding Fororian towns.
Mm-hmm.
There is a man in his circle known as Hanjin Yong. He is a barbarian of sorts. He was once a warlord that used to roam around the Black Sands before the mountains rose. He is quite old, quite I wouldn't call him wise, though. He spent most of his years being a wretch, an animal, to say the least. If you want to learn more about Jun Yu and his potential involvement in whatever this scheme is, I would suggest finding Han Jin Yong.
All right.
He is not the kind of person you'll find here in Jinkei. He is, while he should be a man who is without honor, he is still allowed within the realm of the Rose. However, he's not allowed in this town, so you must seek him out in either Seifen or the Freelands. There is also a chance that you will find him in the trade grounds. And seeing as how the caravan that was attacked on the way from the trade grounds, that might be your best bet.
I see. All right. Thank you for the information.
Of course. Is there anything else you require?
Not right now.
She bows her head, gives you a nod, and returns to her business.
All right. Yeah, I don't really have much else to do right now.
Alright. Rowan, Syl,
Yeah,
what are you guys up
I'm rolling around on the ground.
And Still's trying to hit him with daggers.
to? Oh, is that how it is?
Yeah, so what we're doing is we're keeping track of a score. Every time Syl hits Rowan with a dagger, she gets 1 point. Every time he dodges one, he gets 1 point.
Alright.
Yeah, we really don't have anything to do until like Raph or Isolta has something to do because
Because he kind of can't move that well, and
yeah,
and
even if
neither
we go out,
and neither
even
you
if
can
we
talk
go
to
outside-
anybody.
yes,
you know,
20 sessions in, I still find it hilarious that you guys can't speak the language here.
it's
okay,
just perfect,
here,
isn't it?
you know what? Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. You took Viceroy.
Yeah.
Use
I'm gonna
Viceroy.
I'm gonna copy Raph. I'm gonna watch him, and then I will get to speak for like
Perfect.
an hour.
Does Viceroy let you? I'm not sure if Viceroy will
Yeah,
let
it
you
does.
speak
Yep,
languages.
it does. It does. It does.
It says you gain the ability to mimic combat abilities, or let's see.
And it specifically mentions NWPs.
Now, that's. I don't think you could just mimic a language unless you're gonna mimic the phrase.
But then you wouldn't have any syntax, so you can't really.
You'd be
you
like
could
a
talk
mocking.
like
Yeah, you'd be like a mockingbird or a lyrebird, right? Like you'll be able to memorize the things that he's saying, but you have no idea what any of it means. Because that would just be silly.
so. Just making sure. Nuisance. if that's a roll against my charisma, right?
Let me check it. Pro feats.
Here you
Quite
go. I
literally,
put it in.
quite literally a feat made for Rowan. 2 years in the past.
So they have to beat a 20, right?
On your charisma DC, not your actual charisma. So whatever your
Oh,
spell
okay.
save
So
DC is. I think for you is like 14.
uh, what would be the thing here? We
Yeah,
I have a
14.
spell DC. I have a spell DC of 16 though.
16. Oh, your level. Your level's 3 now. 16. Yeah, so they'd have to beat a 16.
Got it. Damn. So if they fail their that's a five turns of disadvantage.
Well, unless they're attacking you.
Unless they're attacking me, yeah, but this is Rowan. He's never the only time he ever gets in front line is if he actually has to, or in a one-on-one fight, which is most of the time.
Literally the Rowan feat. Alright, well, you guys just want to move on to the next day? Someone can drag Rowan.
Yeah, Syl will drag him by the foot. You know, if his face hits the pavement, well, if his face hits the stone, it's fine. It's Rowan.
He'll heal.
He'll heal, and you know he might look better.
Alright, you drag.
I don't even fight it. I'm like, I
Honestly,
try and
you probably couldn't fight it even if you wanted to.
that's
You know, and there's just a fucking blood streak leading all the way from Solta's estate all the way over to the end.
A new blood streak.
It's just a tiny elf dragging this other tiny elf bleeding across the town. It's like a Monty Python bit. The cops are in the background investigating the first.
You know, she's
Blood
not even
puddle.
trying. She's just pulling him by the ankle.
All these.
well, she doesn't really need to try. Rowan is pretty much.
You know, Rowan gets stuck on an
non-existent.
object. She pulls too hard, his fucking ankle comes off. She just reattaches it.
All these dang weirdo foreign elves. Causing a ruckus in our nice quiet little town. Alright. You guys turn in for the day. You'll have places to sleep. Nice and safe. Anybody who wasn't involved in fighting or taking damage, you can go ahead and have a long rest, while everyone else has a short rest.
Yep, I'm snoozing.
Yep. And, well, it's tomorrow. It's the morning. Oops, fuck. Shit, what day was it?
You send this over?
It's morning. It's the next day. What are y'all up to?
Depends.
There's a channel? Is there? No, it's not.
There isn't.
Oh, there's a spell prep channel.
Oh, you know, yeah, fuck, there is.
Yeah. And, just edit your post next time you prep your spells and notify me that you did it. Alright. What are y'all up to? The new day.
Did they make it home, or are they?
Yes, you somewhere around 11. Syl comes dragging Rowan into the inn.
I give Raph a thumbs up. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's all bloody and like his face is his glasses are fucked up.
Honestly,
Well, when
I think it'd be funnier if his glasses just magically heal as well.
The glasses of mending. They only mend themselves though.
So, Rowan, what's more painful, being dragged around or using the soapstone?
Uh, they're practically the same.
Which one do you prefer, though? Just for future reference.
The preference is drinking, and obviously this place is so fucking dry. It's literal desert.
It ain't quite a desert. What happened? Any news on our prisoner?
Oh no, I spent the whole day drugged up.
Yeah, he couldn't move.
Oh, by
I-
the way, I have a revelation. I start yapping.
Is there any like information I can glean from his yapping?
No, the yapping is for Rowan testing out his new feat.
All right.
He is gonna spend 10 minutes inspiring his companions, telling them how great of a day he had last night. And then I pick Raph and Sil.
Wait, so you're using nuisance?
No, I'm using inspiring leader. I'm hyping them up for the day for a new day.
Oh, that's right. You picked 2 feats.
Yeah.
So that's 8 temp, right?
Good God. You can spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions, shoring up the resolve to fight. When you do so, choose up to 6 friendly creatures, which can include yourself within 30 feet of you, who can see or hear you and can understand you. Each creature can gain temporary hit points equal to your level plus your charisma modifier. A creature can't gain temporary hit points from his feet again until they've finished a short or long rest. So, if you guys listen to him yap for 10 minutes, you get 3 plus 5, so 8. 8 temporary hit points.
So his inspiration gives us 8 temporary hit points.
Yes.
Rowan, are you a masochist?
God damn.
I wonder if I should make temporary hit points act like ignore pain. Nah, that's too complicated.
You might be the only person that enjoys being the subject of torture and getting stabbed.
From what I've heard of Galulu, that's kind of par for the course.
Yeah.
A small blonde alchemist is sneezing somewhere in this world right now.
So what are we doing?
I don't know, Mr. Owen. If there ain't no breakthroughs with prisoner, there ain't much to do except study, unless you chuck fucks want to go out again.
there's nothing to do here. I'd rather go drinking Isolta's potions again.
I don't think you would. I think you'd prefer to go drinking alcohol.
Lick potions.
That's true. I got you something. Speaking of, I'll hand him the bottle of rice wine I got.
I drank it. I just full face on, just drink it, chug it down.
Lord.
Was this a top shelf bottle?
It was a nice bottle. I remember them. I remember it being a nice bottle.
This is a very good rice wine that you're drinking. Very good. And if I assume you're drinking the entire bottle, I'd have to make you make a Constitution save. Or
Okay, I'll drink
Check.
one fourth of it.
well, you still have to make a check. I'm just not gonna apply the -12 I was gonna throw onto it. And a -4.
I think the -12 is funnier. Because he's going through withdrawal. It wouldn't fucking matter. Christ.
Yeah, Christ. I'm still throwing a -4 onto that, but it's a yeah.
Actually,
this is-
shouldn't it be a save?
should it? Is that how? No, I'm just making checks. This is saves are weird, especially Constitution saves. But this is just a check. He's fine. He's not drunk. He's a little warm, and it is probably the greatest drink he's had since I think Raph let him try the moo chow.
Honestly, he kind of be like, oh, damn it, I didn't get the buzz.
Well, you still have 3/4 of a bottle.
I'll hug it near me.
Well, shall we go see what our lovely bitch of a noble wants us to do for her today?
Why? I have to ask. Why does it matter? If she's handling the prisoner.
Because there's stuff to break there.
You know, if that's what you want to do with your day, you're more than welcome.
Let me guess. You're going to stay cooped up in this room reading a book. To learn a spell, to use the spell, for Rowan to copy the spell. Remember when you tried to use invisibility and Rowan cast it, what, 100 times in a day?
I have important research to do. Some of that research might concern Mrs. Olta, but that's for another day.
Then come research it over there.
No.
Rowan, are you going to walk or am I going to drag you there?
So I'm standing up. I'm just following where you guys are going.
So you're going to walk or you're going to be dragged there?
All right, I'm gonna walk.
Rowan, you still feel a bit crippled from whatever happened to you last night. Not as bad, but it's there. You can move freely, but you're still rolling at disadvantage.
Syl's going to pull a rope out from her pack and tie it around Rowan's waist and use it as a lead to stop him from running off.
As one does when you take your dog for a walk. Once again, the Waichi in town are very not being normal.
If anything happens, Raph, are you going to be here?
More than likely, I might head over after a bit of time, just to make sure Rowan ain't dead.
Why would Rowan ever die?
You never know.
You never know.
Especially considering all that you put him through yesterday.
I mean, he's probably been through worse.
Have you been through worse, Rowan?
Yeah.
See,
You know,
Rowan likes it.
one time when they had the yearly bug infestation, I was used as bait.
Sill's just gonna stand there staring at Rowan for like
Yeah,
a
so
minute.
I'm gonna start yapping about it. It's like, oh yeah, so there's the dark marshes right over there. You know, the bug people come over. We usually send a lot of elves, but then like the other elves didn't want to do it, so I was like, oh, let's go. They kind of dared me, you know, said that you can't be bait for all of us. So ran around in the forest, drenched in meat,
Drenched in what?
drenched in meat. Ever had deli slices slapped onto you, and then you started, and then everyone told you go run?
What?
I'm picking up what he's putting down. And, you know, there. Sometimes you just have to sacrifice an elf or two.
All right. You guys heading
Sill's
off to
just
this?
gonna wordlessly drag him out of the room and say nothing the entire trip over.
Raph is gonna go get breakfast and ponder how he's supposed to bury Rowan doll at the end of today.
All right.
Probably in a shallow grave because he'll be awake by morning.
You gotta bury him with a shovel. And leave the shovel there. Alright. You guys head off to visit Asulta. Raph chills at home.
And we're gonna yoink food when we're there.
Asulta,
Yeah.
what are you doing this morning?
I'm just training.
Okay. Say 7 a.m. Syl and Rowan. You approach the estate. They recognize you. You'll be asked if you want to see Isolta. I assume the answer is yes, and they'll go fetch her, or at least announce that you've arrived. Isolta.
And I assume Rowan hasn't shut up this entire time.
What were you talking about on the way over here, Rowan?
Oh, the bug people.
He was just going into details on it the entire time.
Syl, you've been barraged by stories of, pants full of sausage and bug people. Whatever strange tale Rowan has to talk about his hometown. It's sounds like a wild little place. You're just used to Maith, nice and quiet. Every once in a while, a fey beast might show up. Maybe a rowdy bunch of sand elves picking fights.
I mean, still can't even tell which parts of what Berwin is saying is real and which are part of
embellishments.
His brain damage.
That's the secret. It's all brain damage. Isolta, you get notified by one of the servants that you have visitors. It's the White Chi.
Huh? I was not expecting visitors, so they can turn them away.
Okay.
Oh no.
The servant will return, Syl and Rowan, and they'll tell you that Isolta's not expecting any visitors today.
Is this because she got upset that you helped her with alchemy, Rowan?
I don't know.
Want to go see if the guards are still investigating your blood pool?
Yeah, let's go.
So we'll let Rowan off the lead. The dog is unleashed.
Oh boy, how do we destroy another town? Alright. You get turned away at the gate. You let the dog off the leash. And I take it you guys head towards the market square?
Yep.
Alright.
Gonna make sure the dog pees on the wall first.
Does the dog pee on the wall first? Sounds like a no. I think he's already gone. Well, you guys head towards the market square. Seems like an average day. I think it's, let's see, what's the calendar say about the weather? It's chilly. I would say since it's the morning, it's like a nice 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Convert that to human, please.
It's already in human. The F means freedom. Clear, no breeze, just chilly. Sun's out. As you walk down the streets during this fine spring morning, and people are starting to be out and about as they leave their homes, and the signs in front of shops are being turned open to signify that business is ready. They're open for business now. And they're Rowan, by the time you get to the place where you remember your little bloody footprints being splattered about,
Yeah.
they've been cleaned, the footprints, and there are not as many people standing around gawking. But when you get to the market square, there is still a cordoned off little section of where the major blood pooling and splatter was, and the stone is, well, stained. The nice gray stone brick that once lined this area is now splattered and stained with your excessive bleeding. And some people do stand around and gawk. There is a person who's vigorously scrubbing away at the stone. And the white vine elf wearing clothes of a laborer, I suppose. all gray, has a gray sash. Behind him is a bucket of water. In his hands is a scrub. He is just trying to do his best to get this awful red stain that occupies like a 10 by 10 foot square out of the ground. And the market
So-
seems to be working as normal, aside from this little section that's been cordoned off.
And thankfully, no one here understands a word we're saying, so Zill's just going to speak to Rowan normally. Oh, do you just have infinite blood?
Probably. I actually really don't know. Probably the drug that made it. I go into the scientific details of that drug I drank, and I start yapping about how much muscle mass was created in order for me to actually have that much.
Mm. Both of you give me an intelligence check.
You know what? I think intentionally failing would be funnier here.
Do you wish to intentionally fail?
Yeah, it's Rowan droning on about fucking potions.
Yeah, Rowan, you feel like you're explaining this perfectly, down to a T. Syl, however, is just kind of lost. Got this 1,000-yard stare looking at you like, what is this guy talking about? As you yap exquisitely about the nature of this medical transformation that you underwent 2 nights before.
So are all of Kalulu's elves as fucked up in the head as you?
Oh no, only the ones that she deems worthy enough. All the other ones really do not have any ambition to actually go outside of Men's Rest.
She favors you being fucked up?
I guess.
I don't think I want to. What the fuck, Rowan?
Yeah.
Should we go see what Raph is doing? I don't think we'd be able to get back in if we left. Assault was being a bitch, and maybe we could convince Raph to stop reading. Remember when we tried to grab you and no one could grab you? Maybe you grab his book and run away.
I kind of space out, and I'm like, uh-huh.
Okay, how about this, Rowan? You take his book, you give it back to him when he tells you where to get more alcohol.
But he just gave me alcohol for like free. I don't wanna mess with Ralph.
I think you being around him messes with him.
You guys are giving me
Well,
a lot to work with.
we
Don't speak the
don't-
fucking language. And that Sparker doesn't even have comprehend language, so he can't even read it. God, please get to level 5 and get tongues.
Note to self: remove comprehend languages and tongues.
Remove pictures too. Those can be used to find things. Sil will just head back to the inn.
Alright.
Look for Raph.
Yeah, I'm just gonna follow still.
Alright. I guess the better question to all of you is, what are you guys doing here in Jinkei? And what do you intend to do? And when do you intend to do it?
You know, we kind of just followed along the plot line here. With the
We
whole,
were
like,
told to
assassins and
bring
shit.
we were told to bring Evans back. We brought Evans back, and then Isolta's told us fucking nothing.
As usual.
Yeah, Isolta kind of just pulled up into her home and then called the Rowan up and, hey, drink this, drink that. And then started drinking the stuff herself. I wish I were at Lalestead.
Basically, the only thing that we know that we could even work off of is that there's a son of Alan at Ketteran's port. Because we haven't been told about Jin Yu, the fish man.
Do you remember the name of that son of Aon at Caitlin's port?
Was the name even provided?
I'm not sure, because I have a name here, but I think that's somebody else. Jacob
I think we were just told
Gustafsson.
that.
That's not the Caitlin's port guy, right?
I think Gustafsson was the guy whose son is the one he was investigating.
Okay.
We were just told that there's a son of Alan at Ketteran's port as a contact.
Okay. Well, I guess the person with the keys to the storyline would be Isolta. What's your intentions to be doing stuff here in Jinkei? Are you gonna wait for the interrogation to be successful? Are you gonna follow up on the Jin Yu and Hanjin stuff?
Yeah,
Are
I'm
you
gonna
in-
wait for the interrogation and then I'm gonna follow up on the GNU stuff.
Okay. Okay. I just said that earlier. As I roll a series of rolls, I should get my other dice out here so I could know what I'm rolling. Where's my other 10? And you get a knock at your door, Solta.
Alright.
It's a servant. They tell you that An wishes to see you in her workshop.
Alright, I go there.
You go there. The trapdoor is open to her, the basement of her workshop, and you enter. You'll see William Evans in one of those stretcher tables, the kinds that are shaped kind of human-like, with the arms that you tie the arms down across. He is completely worked over, head to toe. He is bloodied. He is battered. He is unconscious. There are parts of him that have been skinned and flayed. There are parts of them that are no longer a part of him. and you'll see on in the corner dressing herself. You'll see a pile of her clothes to the side, covered in blood. She looks towards you. She gives you a nod, and she motions you to come sit by the table opposite of the little scene of the torture here.
All right.
You've brought me a very stubborn man.
Mm-hmm. I did.
I can confirm that the name that he spoke, the Jin Yu, was in fact Jun Yu. Though he had not had much contact with this man, the description of him leads me to believe that the actual person he was speaking to was not Jun Yu. I would wager it was Han Jin Yong instead. There's also another man he's been in contact with, a Kideni, a Zulong Kai. Is that name familiar to you at all?
Yes, that's the name of the man that owned the inn room where they did the contracts for the assassinations.
As far as I know, he was put into contact with this man from a Forian trader who, in the grand scheme of things, is unimportant. However, this Julong Kai is tied to a group of assassins from Kiden, the ones that you have ran into, the Agent Weiwen. Though I do not think they'll be of a problem anymore now that their contact, as she points to William Evans, is no longer. She takes out a piece of paper and starts writing in it. This does, however, confirm that there is somebody here, in fact, putting people into contact with foreign entities, trying to strike out against white vine elves. From what I could get out of him, there were no other names mentioned, only the Jun Yu. And since the Jun Yu he was speaking to was not the real one, I will require more information on your part, investigation, of course, to find whomever was posing as him. And like I said, I do believe it to be the Han Jin Yong, or at least somebody in his circle. So,
Alright.
Isolta, if we wish to continue this any further, we will need to acquire new prisoners. Have you done any investigations into the other families as of yet?
Not yet, no. Is there anyone else I should be investigating?
Did we already have the talk about the other potential families that might have been involved in this?
I don't think so. Like, you gave me a list of rivals, but I mean...
Yeah, that's right. Gave you a list of rivals, but I don't think we've talked about anything else beyond that. Going through my notes. Still going through my notes. I believe the best course of action would be to seek out the retainer of Hui Ru. Though you don't necessarily need to get into direct contact with her, merely investigate her own actions off in the trade gowns involving the caravan that was attacked. Learn about what happened to the caravan and if there are any breadcrumbs that we can follow. Otherwise, I would tell you the other course of action would be to either traipse about the Freelands trade grounds in Seifen looking for Anjin and his barbarian cohorts. However, if you were to do that, you are not to kill him or any white vines in his entourage. He still bears the honor that all white vine carry, and until we can break that, he is off limits.
Understood.
Whatever choice of action you choose to take, we will leave up to you. Although, I can give you a suggestion with Han Jin. It is, I'm sure you understand and already know, of the utmost dishonor for a white vine to kill another white vine. However, an outsider killing a white vine is of no crime, especially in a man of his stature. We would be disagreeable with whatever outsider who killed him. However, there will be no legal consequence. That is, of course, if your entourage cares to do such a thing. But whatever your choice is, we will, of course, back you to the best of our abilities.
Alright, understood. Alright, can we move the time for Poppy Quest 1 hour? Since it's
Move it forward or backwards?
backwards.
So, 6 p.m. my time instead of 7 p.m. my time?
Yes.
I'm okay with that.
Are you talking about the start time or the end time?
The start time.
Yeah, dude, let's have a fucking 23-hour session.
Wait, so we'd be starting at 8 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. my time?
Yes.
Damn, I'm surprised you want to start earlier instead of later.
I mean, it. Right now it's later for me, so because you moved
Oh.
backwards.
Oh, and he doesn't.
Good old daylight savings.
God, fuck time, dude. I'm so glad Terra doesn't have daylight savings.
Don't say that. Hybe is gonna make
That would be the
I was gonna
most
say-
evil thing.
on one of the sessions. It's gonna be like, okay, everyone, don't forget to set your times forward on right when you're long resting.
Well, you see, in a week we're springing forward the in-game time, so you didn't actually get a long rest. You woke up too early.
I was thinking
Yeah,
that
oh,
exact
yeah, oh,
thing. You
yeah,
thought you thought you had 8 hours rest? No, fuck you, 7.
I'm fine with moving the game back an hour.
So 8 hour time?
No, it's 6 our time.
6 hour time, okay.
Are you okay to keep playing for right now?
I think so, but I will be right back. Real quick.
Got it. God,
I miss him.
goddamn European time zones.
Fucking Europeans, dude.
Honestly, almost as bad as those Canadians.
Oh man, that's not fair.
And Canadians are half European. Now, as I try to figure out what I named the retainer of Huiru,
You named her Skibbity.
I really just need to nuke your characters from orbit with all the slights against me that you make.
I'm gonna
It's
name the
true.
draft Skibbity.
God, I wish Discord didn't limit how long I could make clips. I'm just gonna get that Bibu clip of her singing Skibbity Skibbity to the Christmas song. Just play it on loop in here.
Oh shit, I know the song you're talking about. Wait, it is. I'm not sure if this is Bibu because I don't know my fucking streamers. Is Bibu Bijou? This is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that one. I know, it might be a different song though. The one that she's singing at that like Russian roulette card game. Just get some brain rot sound clips on loop. Fuck, what was her name? Did I not put that name in my notes? Did I put that name in the Google Doc note?
There was a single player who was told it, but they're currently MIA.
It's over.
Yeah, but that person I'm pretty sure Harmu doesn't know the name, and you were all here for when I said the name. I just don't remember the name.
Okay, we were all here, but only 2 of us speak the language.
I'm also sure I wrote it down that this person is supposed to be the one taking Hui through to River's Bend.
Yeah, that was the original plan, but then the
I think I
caravan was
remember.
attacked.
I remember what you were talking about. It was they were supposed to be taken to River's Bend, but they got sent over to
The trade grounds because the caravan
Yeah.
being attacked.
Yeah, I just don't remember the name of that person. I swear I've written it down.
Was it like a female retainer? I know it had like
It
a
wa- it
female retainer name.
Yes, it was a female retainer.
Amelia Watson.
Doesn't sound very white vine.
Sounds very white though.
Indeed.
Chun Li. Oh wait, no, it's Harry Potter season. Her name was Cho Chang.
Oh, Lord. you ever seen that meme of like J.K. Rowling resisting the urge to make the Irish character like fucking Mick Potato Famine?
And the
So
Irish
like
character who blows stuff up.
Potato McFamine or something. And it's like Mick like the slur.
You know, she has a name she goes by amongst all the other white vine in the Wee family. But to everyone else, her name's just Cho Chang.
Alright, I'm going to my name generators. I don't remember if it was more Chinese
Okay,
or...
you have to admit it would legitimately be funny if Cho Chang was on that generator.
There's just no way.
That would be funny.
Yeah,
Let's
like
see.
her handler, Shiori Sukata.
I think she's supposed to be...
Okay, what if her name was Action Timon, whatever the fuck it is?
What?
Timonin? Action Timonin?
Taimanin?
Are you talking about
The
Timon and
ninjas?
Asagi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Just make that her name.
Nope, I'm gonna do what I've always done, and I'm gonna take words from two separate cultures, and I'm gonna pick some syllables and mash them together. Where's the Mongol one? Mongolian, medieval.
Modern Mongolian names, please.
Modern Mongolian names.
Yeah.
You don't want everyone to be Batyar?
No.
Okay. Let's see, and then the Chinese.
Mongolians did in fact use Chinese and Tibetan names. I'm gonna make a human male fighter. We'd have already done that.
Oyun Ping. Or Ping On Yun. There you go. That's her new name. Please retain her. Write these down. Hopefully I don't close these notes accidentally, because I'm pretty sure that's where the old names went.
Holy shit, look at that roll. Time to make Rowan 3.0.
Okay. Ping On Yun. Oyun. That's the name of Hui's retainer.
Did you say Kim Jong-un?
What?
Did you say Kim Jong-un?
Ping Oyun.
Okay.
This feels just a little racist.
Did you prefer Ching Oyun?
Chin Chong Yung.
I think you should have just gone with Cho Chang. That name will never not be funny. It's so fucking bad.
I mean, it's a viable name. As
It's
much
just
as
a
people want to
really
make fun
bad
of it.
one.
Where's the fucking Dumbledore memes? It was like, Harry, did you put your fucking name in the Goblet of Fire?
He said calmly.
Yeah, I think Dumbledore was a hard R gamer.
The only kind. Now, as I'm in my healer phase. Alright.
Can you be considered a gamer if you don't use the hard R?
No.
Whoa.
That's why I gotta mute my mic whenever people stand and shit.
Damn, you must like to swear at yourself a lot.
I do. You should see some of the the avoidable damage rankings that my friend will post.
Yeah, the next highest.
60.
It's like number 1,
63 million
60,000.
first place.
Yeah, and then the next highest is like
21 million.
And it's not the tank that's like getting their shit pushed in. That no, it's actually just it is a player, a DPS player.
An extremely mediocre Death Knight. Good times. I need to run keys. Right.
Same.
So An tells you that. Then she looks to the body of William Evans. We'll dispose of him shortly. As for the girl, have you seen her at all since you last locked her up?
No. Have you?
I have. She is a curious one, and she'll snap her fingers, and the girl will come out from behind a curtain, and she will approach An. It seems that my improper torture session with our friend over there has triggered a sort of change in whomever holds her leash. Whatever spell or force that compelled her to follow that man has sort of been passed on to myself. She looks at the girl. She tells her to sit down beside you. The girl, she nods her head and goes and sits down.
Well, I'm sure you will find some use for her, as she can control animals.
She could be of great use. Quick question. Did you leave her that little tweed doll?
I think so. I don't think I took it away.
What about the amulet?
Which one?
Raph has it, I think, right?
Yeah, I think one of the other readers has it.
Alright.
Has what? The doll?
Yeah. No, the amulet.
Yeah, I have the amulet.
Alright. Well, she will be in our care for now. And I will do my best to put her to use if I find one for her, but she will be around the estate from now on, so do not be surprised when you see her. And
That's
you
fine.
should tell your entourage the same if they ever show up again. Well, that is all that I can say from this. Was not very fruitful. This man, like I said before, is quite stubborn and is very unwilling to give off his compatriots in spite of intense pain.
But did he give them?
he did mention that he came here through a contact in Catron's port. He didn't give up the man's name, but it would probably be difficult to find the specific man like that in Catron's port. If there is anywhere in this country a foreigner will exist, it'd be in Catron's port or Riversbend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that man's of any importance, though, unless you wish to excise this cancer from our realm.
Probably later. I think there's more important things to do first.
Surely. I'm sure he will return home eventually. I do not think he would wait here too long for his people to return. Did William Evans return home by boat or by land?
I think he went by boat, right?
I don't actually know. I don't think it was ever discussed. I think he said he
Okay.
was just gonna leave. Well, if he returns home
I
by
shrugged.
boat, he will be his problem, I'm sure. But you have your information. Do you know which route you wish to take?
I am going to get the barbarian first. Maybe do some interrogation and then have someone else kill him or something.
Very well. Just... it might be best if your outsider friends doing the killings have some witness to the events,
Yes.
especially if you're going to interrogate him first. You wouldn't want anything being traced back to you. I'm sure you would understand the implications of such an event happening.
I not.
Very well. Now, I do have some cleaning up to do. Is there anything else you need of me?
No.
Until next time, Miss Holta. She bows her head.
I nod at her and I leave.
Okay.
Alright, I go to sleep.
Alright.
In game.
Not in real life?
Maybe. But also in game.
Alright. So that's Isolta's day. She goes from training for an hour or two, and then talks to An, and then goes back to bed. What about the rest of you? Are you guys just gonna piss time until Isolta?
It's
contact.
time, baby.
Yep.
I guess
I'm time.
I guess I'm gonna go study my book after breakfast.
Right?
I'm gonna try and look over Ralph's shoulder about his book.
Cutting it extremely close there, bud. It's
Yeah, I'm like just barely getting above 20s with like a plus 16. So
what was your previous roll? Your previous roll, I think, was the same face. 5 and 5. Yeah. So you're studying the BMOS, right?
correct.
Yep. You do some more studying, and as you're investigating that next passage, you get a sense that you understand what these runes say. And I will post you the phrase again in DMs, and then read it aloud. The runes, as they enter your mind, you get the feeling of the words unfettered by law. So now you're This whole passage states phase life force bound by arcane within oneself to return to the origin of mortal kind unfettered by law.
Yeah, the spell is shaping up to be insane.
Now, you've been studying this a lot. Do you wish to study? And when I make you study these, I do it in 4-hour blocks. You have an entire day. Do you wish to go further beyond?
No. I've studied enough. I'm gonna go out. So it's been like 4 hours or something. I'm gonna go wander around the city for a little while.
Now hear me out. The spell he learns: see invisibility.
Lord.
That'd be very funny. It'd be really funny for someone trying to learn invisibility and then they only end up learning how to see invisible things. Is that like a win or a loss? Probably one of the most powerful things to exist. Definitely ruins Mythic Plus runs because he can't shadow a cloak of concealment past things anymore. At all. In any Mythic.
It's over.
They all have the eye above them. Thank you, Blizzard. Right? You wandering about town? Are you looking for something, or are you just passing time?
Just passing time. Seeing if there's anything interesting.
Anything interesting? Well, you do pass by that market square, and you'll find that there is an elf hard at work scrubbing the red out of the gray brick in a particular spot in town where a particular person might have had their arm cut off for funsies.
We would know nothing about that.
God. Roll me somebody. Everybody roll me a d20.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
What a fucking slave driver. I win.
Look at these, dude.
I'm the winner.
Raph, as you pass by the market square and you pass by that that massive bloodstain, you stop, you look at it, you maybe have a little chuckle to yourself, and you keep on walking. And maybe like 20 minutes into your walk after passing by this bloodstain, you'll see a column of soldiers walking down the street. People parting ways for them, as the ones in front are making sure
What color is their uniform?
people part ways. They are wearing all black with gold trim. All black, gold trim, and no sash. So, two of the soldiers are pushing people, are making sure that people get out of the way, though people do just get out of the way. You'll see there is a particularly tall female white vine wearing a all black as well, but she has a red sash with gold trim, and she carries with her a rather large spear, more of a pike. Behind her are I guess I could say a column of men who are bound by chain and are stripped to nothing but loincloths, as they are also escorted by soldiers as well. There are soldiers at their flanks, I should say. And they march on down the road.
Hmm.
Do you have a heraldry proficiency at all?
No.
Can you make me an intelligence check at -4?
He's already rolling a 1. Why do you need a -4?
Let me double check mine. See what it's. I think I have an int mod.
It's a check. You used your.
Do I use score or do I
score
use?
checks or scores.
Okay. Hey.
Alright, that's his highest roll for the next month.
Yeah, that's my peak roll.
Honestly. um. There is one soldier at the front and one soldier at the back, both of them carrying banners, and the banner is very familiar to you because you've seen it a few times since you've been in this town. It is the Hui family's sigil.
Oh no. Do I recognize any of the prisoners?
No. Most of them are elves. There is a couple humans. There is 2 of the humans look a little dark-skinned, brown, maybe Ferorian.
They're getting deported.
So these, I wouldn't recognize any of these people as like being from Lalestead. They're just random.
They're just random people.
Damn.
What random people?
How did I roll that again?
Rig dice, rig dice.
Honestly, you see that? Everyone give me another roll 20. I'll just choose one of your rolls from this D4 that I rolled right now.
Come on, Cameron. Roll a 1.
I've
You
rolled
guys
board.
are wasting your good rolls. Now would be the time for ninjas to show up.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1 earlier. Shut up.
When you begin to make your way back to the hotel, you'll pass by a storefront, and there'll be some people arguing out front. They're arguing in your language, the Black Bloom tongue, and you'll notice one of them is someone that you may have seen at the academy once or twice.
His bully.
The one that made him eat in the restroom. The restroom stall.
Because he was too fucking stupid to be a wizard.
Oh, actually, she is a minor celebrity, mostly because her mother is the headmistress.
Oh, no wonder Raph wanted to be bullied.
She too
What?
is a giant. And she's arguing with a white vine man.
Can I tell what they're arguing about?
Yes, actually, as a small crowd is gathering, but at the same time they're trying to make it look like they're not paying attention. He is waving around and pointing at some form of stick, more like a rod. You'd be familiar with magical instruments. It looks like a rod that is meant to be doing magical things. She's arguing with him. He says that it's no good. She says that it's just right. It's exactly what he wants. He's ridiculous. Give me my money. Some guards pass by. They take a look, and they look away and keep walking.
I suppose I will go up and see my see what my former classmates up to.
Okay. You walk up. The argument becomes much more clear as the White Vine man is telling her, this thing makes no sense. What the spell you place upon it does not do its intended job. I cannot pay for this. And she tells him, it does exactly what you want it to do. You're just too dumb to use it. But I made what you wanted, and you should give me my money, or we're going to have a problem here, sir. And she's getting all
Does she
sassy
bob
with
her
him.
head and have like a finger up?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Kaiman, you see a standard White Vine elf. He has his white and gray clothes. He has a gray sash. From what you know, just by being born in the Rose and being raised here, he's kind of a commoner. He owns the shop that they're arguing at. She has what I describe this as. She has thick, sort of fur clothes that are typical to hill giants. She is very dark. She has dark hair. At this point, I think it's just short down to her shoulders. Parted to the side with minor bangs. She's a giant, and she is, I want to say, 12 feet tall.
Goddamn.
Just arguing back and forth about this. As you get closer, she instantly cuts her attention to you. Well, I know you from somewhere. She kinda
Greetings.
shoves the guy to the side and takes a step forward. Are you that one giant fella who actually managed to graduate from the academy?
That is correct, ma'am. We crossed paths a few times while I was just taking classes there.
I'm sure that is why you're familiar. Now, you are a wise man to magic, I'm sure. Can you tell my friend here that it would be in his best interest to take that thing that there and use it to the best of his abilities? Because I'm sure I made it proper. And she kind of puts an arm around your back and drags you towards him.
Can I tell what spell she put on the staff or whatever the fuck it is?
Yes. Because you got your Eldritch Detect Magic stuff.
Yeah, it's invisibility.
It's actually it's both. So the staff is invisible, but it also has see invisibility permanently cast.
Permanently cast in AoE. Yes, it
It
is.
summons sea bass.
Oh no.
It's it's a strange combination of both transmutation and enchantment. And it is purely arcane.
Oh,
Giant
oh no!
sea bass.
It turns the friggin' frogs gay.
No, we're
No, it
being
turns the
saved.
frog into Sivas.
Fluorine in the water.
I can't wait for our teeth to rot.
So
Thank you, Brainworm Man, the only man to have a parasite starve to death in his head.
hydroxyapatite is better for your teeth than fluorine, but I don't think he's going to be putting that in the water either.
Well, fluoride is natural to groundwater. We just purify it out and then re-add it. Yeah, you see, it's a strange combination of transmutation and enchantment. And it's... the aura itself is kind of... I would say the aura that it emits is sort of moderate, medium, mild. But give me an Arcana check and toss your +4 spellcraft onto it. Did you? Actually, no. I'll just give this to you because you can see magic and you've pretty much seen things similar to this. It feels like it was amateurishly put together, but like it's like a magical MacGyver item. Like it was hacked together, but it exists, it's real, and there's something definitely on this rod, and it has a pretty sizable magical aura. But how you cannot fathom how it actually managed to stay in the item, because you kind of get this feeling that it's a little bit similar to that kobold you came across, Ronan, where his hat wasn't sealed properly. This rod wasn't. The spells on this rod weren't combined properly.
So could I use it? Could I try and cast whatever it's supposed to do?
If you knew how. I mean, the creator's here, you could probably ask her.
I will. I'll turn to her and now explain to me what this is supposed to do specifically.
Well, why explain what it does when I'm sure a man of your stature can just use it properly, unlike some folk here. And she snatches the rod out of the elf's hand and hands it off to you. Now, I'm sure us magically inclined folk don't really need an explanation, but just so someone here has a proper understanding how these things are supposed to be done, all you gotta do is take the rod and flick the head into the air. And that's it. That's all you gotta do. Just to make sure that the little red bit there is facing away from you.
I will follow her instructions and see what happens.
Okay. You take the rod and you flick it into the air with the red bit facing away from you. And almost instantaneously, you'll see a handful of rats just starting to exit the building inside. Or exit from the inside of the building and march out to, I won't say into the street, but out onto the porch, and they're starting to look around, like almost as if they were compelled to do so.
Well, so it seems to have quite an effect. It's a very powerful magical item, but being that y'all white vines aren't quite as magically attuned, might be better if you look for somebody with a deeper mana pool to use this item for you. It does work though. It is worth its gold.
She crosses her arms and kind of stares at the man haughtily. The man crosses his arms and kind of glares at the two of you. She leans in and is like, now just flick that in another direction.
I will do what she says to see what happens.
The rats sort of shake their heads and they look at the direction you flicked it in and they start to run off. And she puts her arms to her hips and is like, see, now I told you it'd help you get rid of your rat problem. And the elf, now they are somebody else's problem. I wanted them dead. I wanted them gone and dead. Well, they're gone. You just didn't take the opportunity to kill them. Now, if you had a cat or something, they'd be very happy for you every day for lunch, breakfast, and dinner if you just waved that thing around and gave them a meal. But they're gone. Now give me my gold. The two stare at each other, locked in combat, awkwardly. And she kind of nudges you a bit.
The woman's not wrong. It does remove rats. It's up to you to kill them. If you can't stomach that, that's a personal problem.
Can you roll me a
Skittish.
charisma or charisma or persuasion?
Let's see.
Where's my other d20?
Will I use my mod or my check for this or score?
If you're rolling a charisma check, use your score. If you're rolling a persuasion check, you use your persuasion score.
If it's a check, you use the score. If it's a save, you use the mod.
That.
That is a charisma.
Both of your giant black bloom charismas beat down on this poor little white vine who only rolled a 3.
Yeah, they rizzed him the fuck up.
Fine. I will kill them myself, even though that is not what I wanted to do. I wanted your barbarian magic to do it for me. Here's your gold. It's all there. Count it if you want. And give me that stick. As he extends his hand to you.
I will shake his hand.
He looks a bit annoyed, and then he snatches the rod out of your hand. Now, tell all your friends if they need something where to find me, but I will be gone in a few months, so they better do it quick like. Now, you, my friend, why don't I treat you to a drink? And she takes you by the arm, her arm under yours, and sort of leads you off.
I will follow along.
You guys walk
A
down.
date.
You guys walk down a few buildings, and she turns to you. By my God. Thank you very much for all that help there. You see, these people here, they don't got the big brains like we do when it comes to business. But, excuse me. So,
We was businessmen and stuff.
what brings another black bloom down here to these hill plots? As her accent changes completely into the inner black bloom tongue.
Well, quite a bit. It'd be far too much for me to impart upon you at this time, but mainly research. You know.
You're here onto
side.
magic things.
That is correct.
Arcane, I hear you went and gone join them. That Black Hand? Are you? Is that the first giant that gone and graduated from the academy, went and joined the big one?
Where'd you hear that from?
Oh, I know things. I should introduce myself as she goes back into her outside voice. I'm Echeveria Blackbloom. It is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. As she extends her hand after a curtsy.
That will shake her hand.
Can you spell her name?
Echeveria?
I can do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you can do it. Well, it is quite refreshing to meet another clansman out here. It's really hard to talk sense into
Clansman?
these sharp-eared folk. I'm sure you understand. I'm not sure how long you've been around here, but I'm sure you understand.
I've been around for quite some time, and they are quite hard-headed for, elves, as it were.
Not all elves are like that. Have you been beyond the Varfell? Plenty of elves out there. Malleable minds, much more intelligent, a lot less stubborn, and they do what you say.
I'll disassociate at the thought of going west and stare off into the distance.
I'm sure you'll find yourself out there eventually. But, Monsieur, and she'll... Did I blank out? Did you tell her your name?
I didn't. I will, when she introduces herself, I'll introduce myself.
Okay.
She did.
Well,
Yeah,
no.
I know,
Yeah,
retroactively, it didn't cross my
retconning, yeah.
mind because we were shit posting.
Well, Monsieur Costu, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you. The head mistress has spoken some nice things of you here and there, and the fact that you have joined up with the Black Hand is, well, quite special. But a drink first, to celebrate a proper sale with the help of a proper gentleman. She'll walk off towards another building. It's a tavern. You know it's a tavern because, unlike the other people in your party, you can read Blackbloom.
I will follow her to the tavern.
She walks up to the bar and she orders a drink. She looks at you. And she just orders another drink, passes it on to you. Yes, Merlo, with his special ability called being able to read.
No. Insane ability.
Okay, but Rowan has his own special ability. His ears perk up as he hears a bottle opening. with a 5-mile radius.
The bottle that gets put onto the bar gets uncorked, and Rowan perks up 5 miles away. Well, I was never a fan of
It is
the whole
inbound.
drink, but if you ask nicely, they do give you some good old home-brewed bourbon from back home. And
Damn, they are not drinking Hennessy. What the fuck?
she pours herself a glass and then pours you one, raises the glass. It's a kinsman. She drinks. So, Monsieur Costeau, what are your plans now that you got yourself a fancy title and, I assume, a fancy quest?
Eh, nothing in particular. Working on my own spells and magic. Same as it ever was, as it were.
Have you made any headway on working on getting to that book of ours?
Nothing yet. I haven't even thought of the framework for a spell I'd like to make, but again, in due time.
Well, I would hope so. I never thought I'd come out here and meet my own rival. As she takes another sip of her drink. To think of all the places to run into the one other giant mage from the Black Bloom Academy, right here in the middle of Jinkai. The last place I'd ever thought I'd meet you. Honestly, I thought you'd be out there in the wild by now.
Not just yet.
And you are a cryptic fella, I can tell.
I will simply smile when she says, you're a cryptic fellow.
Well, Monsieur, I hope to you the best, and I hope to one day cross paths with you again. And, well, I don't know how great you are as a mage as of now. I hope the two of us can be competitive one day. Because I am gunning for you, and I hope you be gunning for me too.
I'm sure we'll cross paths eventually, especially considering our endeavors.
She smiles. Well, I got more business to attend to before I leave this land for, well, the trade season. But, that bottle is yours, and I will give you this as a commission for a helpful sales partner. She passes you 3 gold coins.
Based? I will bid her farewell as she leaves.
She gets up as she leaves the door, and if we ever meet on the road again, I'll offer you the best discount on my best goods. And she walks out the door and starts stepping on down the road.
Missing her. Need to like let her in on a new racket. Magic ain't it. It's all about the sea bass.
I mean, you totally could. You could have risked her.
Yeah, you advertise the six silver sea bass, and then at the checkout, it's actually 6 gold.
Oh, it's 6 silver sea bass, but that's like per like fucking ounce
Per scale.
per scale on the fish.
Every forkful, whole charge.
You know what's fucked up is that a friend of mine reached out to a Turkish person he knew and was like, can you confirm that it's expensive? He's like, if you took a boat from Istanbul and like crossed over into Greece for breakfast, it would be cheaper to do all of that than it would be to actually like eat breakfast in Istanbul.
Did you actually go to Greece?
No, we haven't been to Greece, but going to Istanbul, it's like, yeah, maybe,
That is funny.
maybe never again.
Maybe not. Definitely never again. It's a flyover state for me now.
It really is. It's like, fucking, no experience has ever made me be like, damn, the Hussars were right. Like, fuck the Turks. The Hungarians were in the right.
No worry. One day the Ottos will get their recompense. Oh, you have yourself a bottle of bourbon that's been paid for, and And a couple gold coins.
I will finish my drink and then take the bottle with me on my way back to the hotel.
Okay. Still, Rowan, what have you guys been doing here?
I'd like to imagine we're just, sitting on like the steps of the inn, just people watching, and Rowan's just being used as a pincushion.
Yeah, there's like 2 knives sticking onto me. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, and then the first knife goes away and then goes back into the into the sheath, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there's the second one.
Just splattering blood everywhere.
People,
It's an inn, but it also looks like, there's a murder. Or a couple dozen.
these dang Waichi messing things up.
We're doing them a favor. We're keeping property taxes low.
Base?
And then, maybe once or twice a guard comes to try to, stop Syl from stabbing Rowan, and then, Rowan just shows that he's not even injured. The knives are just fake.
And they can't even talk to you. They can't even tell you why you're being arrested. Because that's a very likely thing to happen in that case.
Honestly, it might be funnier if we both got arrested.
Yeah, or just arrested. I was like, you get one call.
Of course, these dice had to keep rolling that number without, even though, I'm like, you know what, maybe I should arrest these guys. Oh, wait, no. The luck checks I've been rolling decided to keep being good. Alright. Well, what are you guys doing? Are you guys passing the day as Isolta sleeps for 24 hours?
Yeah, we're just hanging out. You best buds.
Alright. Now,
We
I
can't
guess
speak-
everybody except for Rowan
We
can
have
get a
no way
long
to-
rest.
We have no way to even learn how to speak a language.
I mean, once I get back to the hotel, I'll share the alcohol with Rowan since he's retarded.
He's the smartest one here.
That's not true.
It is. Rowan has the highest intelligence in the group.
Okay, he lacks wisdom.
He has the second highest wisdom in the group.
All right, he has autism. He has a developmental disability.
He has the highest charisma.
Oh,
He
that's
has
like
the highest capacity for
you
everything.
can
He just
have
doesn't use it.
charisma and still be autistic.
The autist
Oh.
Riz.
Lulu taught him wrong for a reason. It doesn't help that he hangs out with Val, who just pretty much just enabled him.
The Bee-Boo Riz. Alright. You guys want to
He
roll on to
seems-
the next day?
He goes to taverns to sing brain rot songs.
Skibbity. Skibbity Riz.
Lord.
The thing is, no one understands him, but they're like, this is such a cool tune.
Wow, this is quite catchy. I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, next day, Syl will drag Rowan and force Raph to come, because Raph can at least actually try to convince the guards with his black bloom ways. His southern charm, if you will.
You mean his ability to speak a language?
Yeah, his ability to speak.
With this new level up, Rowan is just immediately just so powerful with his performances now.
You guys are so powerful on paper.
And then we roll, and it goes nowhere.
Oh, fun times.
I think what's funniest is we're also in the one place in the Rose where you can't even learn the fucking language.
Actually, no, we're in the one place in the Rose where it's fairly safe. So there's like, it is untouched by Val and Val's hands.
It is the safest place in the Rose and the most, I guess, xenophobic. Maybe not xenophobic, but they just don't want people knowing how to speak their language. That's why they speak Black Bloom instead to you, dirty outsiders.
Honestly, at this point, I think we'd honestly start to be able to understand which language they're speaking of the three.
I mean, it's pretty easy to tell. I'm pretty sure you could tell when somebody is speaking French as opposed to Chinese. Right. You guys, in the new day, head off to Isolta's?
Yeah.
Are you Whitevine or Greythorn? He's Black Bloom.
So is it a White Vine or Greythorn? Yeah. Another...
Should we run over this white vine?
you head off to Isolta's. It's another cool day, another 50 degrees in freedom units. No clouds in the sky, no breeze, just a nice chilly spring morning. Yeah, get to Isolta's place. Isolta, what are you doing today?
Is he dead? Oh no!
Well, I guess technically it is kind of our stopping time in his time. Isolta? Are you there?
Raph, you know what to do. Kaiman, bring out the phone.
I'm not gonna call him at like this point in time. I'd call him at the start of a game, but
Did he sleep?
he did, but he also woke up like early, so
Yeah. I hate your guys' time zone so much.
what the
Fuck, I'm in the
fuck?
same time zone as you.
Yeah, but these two aren't.
Yeah, he's talking about like me and Harmu.
Yeah, you're the two failures.
Dude, Poppy, it's time to move to Europe. Like, we can move to Europe. It'll be great.
No, you just gotta get a compound here in California and wait for Gavin Newsom to go full woker. The woker is what they call
My
it.
little brother thinks Gavin Newsom's gonna like run next in 2028.
Everyone keeps
Well,
saying that.
Yeah, that's probably their only choice at the moment. Who else are they gonna run?
I mean,
Right.
that's like
There are
who
plenty
the
of
fuck is
good
anybody running?
Democrat candidates. People just don't know who they are because we operate on a aura of celebrity.
Yeah, or like fucking they rig it so that Bernie never got a
Bernie
chance.
was never gonna have a chance, even if it wasn't air quotes rigged. He did not win
If
in
it
any
was
state
actually
except his own,
Bernie,
and like 30% of California.
I mean, if
Totally.
you want to play that way, Kamala Harris had, what, less than 1% of the vote when she was running in the primaries?
Dude, it's like we're at the end of the stream.
was
It's
the
time to start
least
getting political and racist.
Nobody had a chance. Biden was the most popular pick, and everyone else said, you know what? There's no point. Let's just let him have it.
Ava
No.
made a good point in that if you run like male versus female, it's the equivalency isn't there. Whereas if you like run racist grandpa versus like retarded grandpa or like fucking Chungus grandpa, it's a bit easier to make that equivalency.
Probably.
Oh, that's what they were trying to do with Tim Waltz, but then you
But he
got,
wasn't the one running. He was
yeah,
just
I know
like,
that's not the
Walls
one.
should have been the one running. I will say that much.
it would have been better if it was like Walls running. But like Democrats are like fixed on this idea that like it's her turn and it's gonna fuck them forever.
Yeah, well, until
They're
people
gonna run it
understand
back
that
again.
political parties are private entities and not actually your governmental right, there will be no difference.
I hate the federal government.
Like a proper Texan.
It's true though. I mean, Texas's government isn't even that much better. I'm so tired of these chuck fuck retards.
Okay,
Alright, that's
well,
it.
I think Syl and Rowan should get an extra 100 for not getting arrested.
You guys rested. You just didn't long rest.
No, for
Oh,
not getting arrested.
That's all. That was all up to luck.
Yeah, and our luck is worth it. We're pretty powerful.
If you somehow did have a danger of being arrested because my dice rolled a 50 instead of a fucking 15, and you got out of it, then I would have gave you experience for that. But that ain't the case.
Okay, when you say get out of it, do you mean peacefully?
No,
Honestly,
5-star wanted
Because
level.
yeah, because if you don't mean peacefully, we're we're getting out of it.
I think if you got out of it peacefully, you would have actually had less experience. If you got out of it non-peacefully, and somehow didn't die or something, especially here in Jin K,
Let's make it.
say
You know what?
would-
We still have 50 minutes. Let's go make a detour to the square. All
say
three of us.
I would have given you more experience for getting out of it violently, just because of this place probably mean you're dying if you didn't.
You know what? We're gonna go experiment. We're gonna see. So Rowan, we think might have infinite blood, so we're gonna push him off a roof. So let's go do it. We have 50 minutes.
It's Hybo versus Jackass.
Yeah, don't want to start our next game and be like, where'd everybody go? Oh, they all died. And you're
We'd
sleeping.
be fine.
Raph comes back and is like, what happened here? They actually died.
Isolta's dead, IRL. So I guess we'll call it for now in our series of short games, which is fine. We still got to play a decent amount. Experience? It's another one of those minimal experience games. But I think with the basic experience I've been giving you guys, 2 of you might level up.
1. You'd have to give me 325.
Oh, you're not getting that. You ain't getting that.
Okay, what if I kill Rowan?
If you and Rowan actually fought, like a real fight, and you killed him, I might give you something for it.
Okay, let's do it.
But I don't want to set the precedent that players can
Lord.
just kill each other for experience.
Oh no.
It'll be quick. Rowan will die in 1 turn.
I would say all 50. Yeah, all 50. That's a good baseline. Isolta.
25 penalty for cucking us out of the last hour.
Isolta will get 25. An extra 25 for information stuff, I guess. And then Raph will get an extra 25 for his encounter with Echeveria Blackbloom.
You know, it is funny to think about the fact that at this point, like, the path to the end, you know, there's like fucking blood stains on the fucking paver stones, and then the like entire like entrance is covered in Rowan's blood.
Yeah, I think anybody else would actually just get arrested or deported with what you guys are doing. Raph, give me an intelligence check.
Let me.
To be fair, he is fine. He's not getting hurt.
That doesn't matter here in Jin K. They don't even want you guys drinking and being drunk in public. Jesus. Your internet dice are like my physical dice.
It's
Well, you
just
know,
brutal.
like, blood loss can make you feel kind of high.
Well, you guys got your stuff. Everybody gets, no. The elves get 50. The non-elves get 75.
So does that mean Raph levels up?
Ooh. No. He's off by 5.
It's over.
He made progress on his book. He learned a
Um,
new section.
Yeah, you know what? Let's put it on a vote that we should give it to him.
Hell no, no freebie, but I'm advocating for an actual reason.
Oh yeah,
You know what, Raph? Let's say you study that book when you get home. If you roll a 10 on the face or higher, I'll add 5 experience so you level.
And Syl purposefully keeps Rowan quiet. She'll gag him just to make it easier for Raph.
We're so back.
If you crit, I'll give you the whole phrase.
Oh wait, so I need to roll to.
Yeah, roll the Arcana. The Arcana plus the spellcrafting plus 4. Oh,
Worried.
wow. Just not in the dice.
Just
Should
do it
he
like
should
that.
he get a circumstance bonus for Rowan managing to shut up?
Give me a luck check.
It's only like 5 XP. It's not that big a deal.
I mean, it is actually a big deal.
No. Just
It's-
not in the dice.
It's not in the cards.
Cards say, fuck you. Oops, that's the wrong direction. So Rowan is 2625, Raph is 2495,
2225.
Syl is 2250, and Isilta is 650. 2650. Alright. Well, I mean, you guys are doing stuff. Kinda.
Kinda, sorta.
I
Kinda,
read
sorta.
Shaman. How the fuck does that work?
How's what?
How does Shaman work? I read that and it hurt my brain.
Shaman, my class?
Yeah.
It's a wizard ranger. It's actually the Batman that people pretend wizard is. Because you gotta make all your gadgets.
Look at me, what is each subclass?
There's a caster subclass, a melee fighter subclass, a supporting class, and I don't remember what the other one's supposed to be. I think they're all fine. They need a lot of work done to them to actually be coherent, I think, but I think my shaman class is put together pretty decently. It just needs a strong RP brain. It's not
See, I
the
was
class
reading,
for you.
like, is this a Witcher?
I mean, that's kind of the basic idea.
Then it's odd, it's like, I looked at the spells and I'm just like, oh dear god, what the fuck am I reading?
You're supposed to gather stuff to make stuff that will help you fight stuff, but you got to do research on the stuff that you're making and research on the thing that you're fighting. It is meant to be a very RP heavy combat class. Can't just go into it thinking I'm gonna roll. You gotta have time frames in mind, kind of like what I tried to do with the ranger, but much more in depth. All right, well, you guys did stuff. You spoke to a special in-world character. You got some information. You learned a thing. I don't know. Well, I guess that's it for today. Are we good for next week? The people that are here to be able to say whether or not they are good for next week?
Let me think. Yes, I can't think of anything that might get in the way.
Okay. I know.
I'm thinking with cleric, I could easily get you to remove an actual spell.
I mean, I gotta remove all actual spells because 5th edition spells suck.
I can get you to remove multiple spells.
I mean, you don't have to make much of an argument because I already want to get rid of most of them. Who needs magic?
I know, so this whole Rome being poisoned episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could have just made that go away.
Yeah.
Lesser restoration.
Yeah, but lesser restoration costs like diamond dust or something, doesn't it?
Pretty sure it's silver dust. It's a non-price component, so it's just covered by having a focus. In this case, holy symbol. Let me check.
That shouldn't be a thing. That's 5th edition garbage.
It doesn't even have a cost.
Really?
It's just VS.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a thing. That shit should always cost something. Well, I guess we'll play again next week.
Oh,
assuming
I think I might be thinking of that one spell you made. Which
spell?
Should be... It's something. It is a cleric spell. Not sacred, not reckless, not summon, not know. Dispel fatigue is spring water. Which is a first level spell that just says, yeah, fuck it, you don't need to sleep.
Now that's a spell that doesn't need to exist. Although I think there's a 2nd edition version of that might actually just be one of them. Well, I'm turning off the stream. Once again, good game. Next week we'll play some more, assuming that someone or two someones are here. Turn this off.
Next week we resurrect Hitler.